On soccer fans, welcome to UWS Weekly season. I don't even know. Feels like 8, 9, Megan, but it's actually season 3. Hey, Megan, welcome back. How's it going?
It's good. Everything is going well. Life is busy, but that's exactly how I like it. So how's everything with you?
Man, it's going crazy. Spring soccer has started for comp kids, and then my daughter decided she wants to play comp soccer now. So we're trying to navigate those waters, and it's been kind of crazy.
She's testing out playing in goal, I see.
She is testing out as a goalkeeper, so we'll see what happens. Luckily, Abby Fangold has some extra gloves hanging in here, so she's well-known entity as it relates to goalkeeping here in Sacramento. We'll put her to work here soon. But most of all, hey, let's talk a little bit before we get started. Megan, what was the biggest takeaway from UWS this summer of soccer 2022?
Gosh, that's a big question. I think for me, that was my first time going to the national championship and seeing the quality of the teams and the players with my own eyes, because I think it's one thing to see it on the streams where, the level looks great, the standard of play is fast, the players are technical, but seeing that in person, the speed of play, having watched D1 pro soccer, played pro soccer, the level is right there. And I think that's something that's so exciting. And just, the talent that we have is incredible. And the games that these girls are creating are so exciting. And I think that's my biggest takeaway, that in person, it gets better than the stream.
Biggest thing, we're also, in Philadelphia together this beginning of this year. What was something that you took away from Philadelphia? For me, it was kind of the relationships we were able to create with some of our newest friends. But what were some of the things that you got?
Yeah, I think it was all about the connections, really. I mean, I met so many incredible people. It was awesome for you and I to be able to have that time together to kind of bond and create content. We do so much virtually that it's funny when we're together. It's like, hey, you're a real person. So yeah, it's all about meeting people, hearing their stories. And I just can't believe the incredible people that I met. I got to interview head coach of OL Reign. I mean, what's that about? That's crazy.
That is crazy. But hey, we're not here to talk about NWSL, even though they did drop their schedule. We're here to talk a little bit about Maine Footy. And so I'd like to introduce Todd Sniper, who is essentially one of the guys behind the idea behind Maine Footy. Todd, thanks so much for taking the time this evening to join us. How is everything going?
Things are going great, moving very, very quickly, and the support's been amazing. So thank you for having me.
Oh, no worries. We appreciate the time. You are a United States Soccer Federation national instructor. You hold your A license. You have numerous accolades from the University of Maine. You've played in USL with Connecticut Wolves. But I have to think the coolest thing that you've got right now, all the time, is this ref edge. If you've never watched soccer at any level, you've missed out, because the one thing I think most people look at is this spray, the magic spray from the referee. Mr. Referee, sir, has the magic spray, and you actually are the inventor and owner of Ref Edge. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've kicked enough players in my day, so I've gotten to know the refs pretty well. And I woke up one morning and sort of saw the trend and, put my entrepreneur hat on and found a company that could help us create the final product. The short story about the spray is it's very difficult when you talk about e-commerce to get from one country to another, especially when you're talking about small margins. So we invented our American version. It's called Ref Edge, and took us 3 years to patent. We started from the ground zero and designed the holster as long as the spray. And it's been a wild ride between the patents and the trials. And I think I was telling you a little bit earlier, our first game was actually Chile against Argentina. So the referees called and said, "We want your spray." So it was a thrilling moment. And we officially just got the patent for the delivery method. So
nice.
So it's been great. Yeah.
I think the coolest thing from the Ref Edge I saw, and no, not meaning to be mean, was somebody had actually took it up, scooped it, and they moved it forward so the ball could be placed even closer before the referee put down the paint line for the next guy.
Absolutely.
For the wall.
Yep. We try, don't we? We try as players.
There's always a way.
I'm 40 and I still will try it. I'm not going to lie. I will still try to get an edge when it comes to the ball being a little bit closer to the box.
The great thing about our spray too is in Europe the referees bend down because it's kind of a shooting type spray. Ours is like a jet, so the referees can actually stare in the player's eyes and say, "Hey, don't you move this," and then put the spray down. So, yeah,
Clint Eastwood, John Wayne would be proud of that.
They'd be very proud.
Go ahead, Megan. Kick us off. We got some questions for Maine Footy. We're excited. Maine Footy is probably I'd say California, but then again, California is close to me, but Maine is the furthest point of soccer now for UWS. But welcome to the league. We're excited to have you guys.
Thank you very much. Yep, there's actually 2 coasts in America, and we're the top right, and we are next to Boston. So soccer's actually come a long way in the 25 years I've lived in Maine, and there's actually a lot of very good female and male players coming out of the state, playing in New England and nationally, really. So we're really proud.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about taking it back to the start of Maine Footy. When was the club founded, and what kind of was the idea and the inspiration behind creating the club?
The inspiration was the timing. Female World Cup is coming next year. Barcelona, 85,000 people in their stands is the English league, and myself and the general manager Justin Van Til, we said, you know what, let's try and create something a little more for women and female athletes. So when you ask how long the club's been around, it's been 4 months. So, but what was really important to us is it wasn't just founding a team. It was creating an environment, creating a company that talks about the community and youth sports. We address coaching, and then obviously the team as well. So we created a nonprofit called Feet Network, not soccer feet, but like defeat, Feet Network. And that's our nonprofit for women. And that actually funds the soccer team. So any proceeds from the tickets or any revenue we raise from the games actually goes back into the network to fund our enrichment programs for the community. So we're quite proud.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's pretty amazing. And yesterday we talked a little bit about the overall model of the club. Would that be the concept is to give back into the network?
That's right. So, it's all about youth players. It's all about females. Our thinking is it's a female forward approach, and the year-round programming is it's already kicked off. So we've joined forces with a company actually in the California area called Female Footballers, and they did their first webinar yesterday for our supporters. And we're talking about things like entrepreneurship, how to deal with anxieties, how to deal with team conflicts, how to normalize the struggle when you play soccer, the response to failure, eating habits, right? All things that female athletes go through. We paired up with a nutritionist called Beth. Her name's Beth Wolfgram, and she's a dietitian. She's worked with Dartmouth, Utah Jazz, local colleges in the New England area. So we're thrilled to do some in-person sessions with her. We paired up with the Bowdoin coach here locally for ethics and sportsmanship. And then we have the charity side where we donated to the futsal league, local futsal league, Portland Boosters, Soccer Boosters, and an amazing organization out of Lewiston, Maine, which has a large Somalian population. It's called the Rosati Leadership Academy, where they help Somalians, troubled youth in the correct pathways with the vehicle being soccer. So a lot to do in the community, and we've certainly kicked it off.
Yeah, wow. That's incredible. I mean, the list just goes on and on. That's amazing. In such a short space of time, you've been able to form such a strong network within your area and kind of share soccer, but for the bigger picture of the society in Maine. So I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. And we're thrilled with our sponsors. So we, if you can hear it a little bit, I'm a sales guy, and so is Justin. And we've really pounded the pavement and found some national sponsors to help us fulfill our goals with the community enrichment program. So it's been wonderful. And then all the local businesses and really generous families to help us get to our goals to meet the budget to field a good team.
Yeah, it's important. You need that investment, or else, you can only go so far with the dream. So what I want to know is, what is it that drew you to playing in the UWS?
There's 90 teams across the country. So it's one of the largest leagues. And obviously, we all know females are getting drafted from UWS.
Yeah.
And it's certainly a pathway. And coming from a small town in Connecticut, how do you get to the top? How do you climb the ladder if you're not living, let's say, in a major metropolitan area, or you don't have the resources like an ODP program, or you don't have enough elite coaches looking at you every weekend to get to an invitation to the national team or regional team. So, the pathway is just as important, for local Maine kids as the team is.
Megan, just for a reminder, how many were drafted in the top 10 of the NWSL draft that played or had moved on from UWS?
I want to say it was like 7.
7 of the top 10.
Yeah.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah, we were sat there just absolutely buzzing. I mean, we were like, UWS, writing up, getting the tweet out. Next one, UWS, writing up, get the tweet out. Yeah, the talent is insane. And honestly, there's so many girls playing in the UWS who didn't get drafted. And that's not because of they weren't good enough. It's because they're choosing to go and play over in Europe, or because, there's so many opportunities to do other things with the game now that it's not all about you have to make it into the draft. Another season in the UWS will propel them forward. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I love the UWS, because it gives players a platform to play in that competitive environment that they deserve to be playing in. They deserve to be treated like the top athlete that they are. And it opens those doors for the next stages.
Todd, heading into year one, obviously everybody's inaugural year is different. What's the goal for year one of UWS with Maine Footy?
Well, I think the first goal is we're shaking the trees right now. So between Greater Boston and all the Division I Maine players that are playing out of state, the response has been phenomenal, with even local adults that have played at a very high level that have emailed me. So the response locally has been great to field a team. But year one goal, put a great product on the field. Be professional. Train every day. Have pre-team meals, after-dinner meals, signings. Create a game environment that isn't just a high school event. There's souvenir stands and a food truck and a halftime show. But ultimately, it'll come down to the level of soccer that we play. And I got some good ideas for that. So
we're excited to see. And what do you think it is that makes soccer so special and unique up in Maine?
Well, there's a lot of ways to win. So I had a good discussion with a coach the other day, and she said, well, I heard you play direct. And I said, I don't play direct. I use the ball to penetrate. And playing direct doesn't mean in the air. So this isn't Scotland, right? Playing direct means you find the pass through lines. And, so my philosophy, when you talk about principles of play, it's all about, for me, rhythm, penetrating. And there's a lot of ways to win a game. And that's sort of the exciting part about soccer.
Take that as a personal shot by giving Scotland a bad name there, being that I'm a Celtic supporter there.
Well, I saw an Old Firm game there in April, but I also caught a lower league game in Morton, and the ball was in the air quite a bit there. So, yeah. No, so principles of play are really important to me. And when you talk about product on the field, formations in some ways don't matter. It's how the girls play. It's how they're thinking and how we accomplish our goal. So, and it always fascinates me when they say, oh, we lost to this team, but we were better. Well, we're in the big league now. It's about winning.
It's big time. It's big time.
There's a lot of ways to do it.
So let's talk a little bit about the players and how they're going to be brought in. How do you expect to grow as a team this summer? Do most of the players that you have, are you anticipating that they've played together at local colleges, community colleges, or are you bringing in players who have a familiarity with you or Maine Footy style?
Well, I think there's about 8 to 12 girls. I've been around 25 years and director of coaching for the state of Maine. So between the parents and the kids, I'm certainly a name that they would recognize anyway. But so they've all played together, and they're all at out of state local colleges. And as you know, when you play at a pretty high level, I'm not sure you need to know too much, except you're on the field with better players. So, and that's the excitement of playing semi-professional, professional soccer, is you're excited to get on the field and say, wow, that girl is good. I can't wait to play with her. I'm going to show her how good I am. So again, we've been shaking the trees between the 8 to 12 girls that are Division I programs now. We're lucky to have University of Maine had a great year this year. They have some Germans, some internationals. University of New Hampshire had a great season. They're following their men's program, top 20 in the country. So we have plenty to pick from. Just have to convince them to come to beautiful Maine for the summer.
Summer of soccer in Maine.
We've structurally set up internships for the ladies, as well as housing. So one of the board members is a big part of the men's semi-pro team here. And they actually had 5 players drafted in the MLS draft. So, nice. Yeah, so between beautiful Maine summers and creating a home for them to train and work towards either their craft for their pathway forward, or just a better workout situation for their Division I programs.
Awesome. Now, my next question is open for interpretation, because success can be defined in a lot of different ways. So whatever success means to you, what do you think it's going to take to have a successful first campaign in the UWS?
I think it's going to take win some games, getting supporters in the stands. And right now, our season tickets sales has been tremendous. So we're in double digits. So we're thrilled for that. So I would measure success as at least a 500 season, and sniffing the playoffs is certainly a goal of ours. And my personal goal is to mold the team into the way Mainers think, hardworking Mainers, putting in a good shift, a 90-minute shift, and then just creating the structure of, again, solid principles of play, and knowing that we're not going to be pushed over when they come up here.
Love that.
So you talked a little bit about the network, Todd, when we got started. What is the strategy for the club as it concerns the youth development going forward, especially in Maine?
As far as the youth development, some of it goes with the pathways that we're trying to create for the players. And right now we're in advanced discussions with Gotham FC, and just try to form a relationship, whether it's attending games down in the New York City area. We're talking about festivals, talking about being part of their virtual online platform. So that's all part of what we're trying to do as far as the higher path for our players and the local kids. We haven't discussed forming a club. Our goal is to maybe remain partisan and not pair up with the 3 to 5 clubs that are in the southern Maine area. We want to be sort of on the top of the ladder and give everyone a fair shot.
And how do you think that Maine Footy is going to help advance women's soccer within America, but also particularly within your area?
Well, I think you said it, Megan. People are going to be very surprised when they come to a game. And a lot of the local girls in this area don't go see a Division I high-level match. So there is no opportunity to watch an elite athlete play at the level that we all know they're capable of. So it's going to certainly bring awareness to young females that, wow, I can do this. Wow, I want to be that player. And we just don't have enough of that in America for girls. So that's going to obviously help, and then just bring awareness to the fact that women pro sports is alive. It's a good product, and there's equality.
Awesome. I'm very excited to see the little girls on the sideline getting the autographs at halftime, because I feel like what you're telling us about this club is that it's for the community. There's going to be so much engagement, and that's what's really going to help the game grow, is seeing the players and saying that could be me one day.
Absolutely. And, part of the calendar of events is to expose our teammates or our team to the community, whether it's a post-game dinner at a restaurant large enough where the supporters can come and the girls can mingle with families and introduce themselves and sign autographs. That's all part of being professional, semi-pro, elite athlete. It's not about playing a game and going home. So there's a bigger responsibility than just playing and leaving.
28 years you've been involved in the coaching world, Todd. Is there a certain type of player that you look for, quality in a player, when you're putting together a team like this? Is there a quality? Is there a skill? Is there a role that you're looking for as it relates to a player on your team?
Yeah, I think the first thing that I look for is, can they play soccer? And that's a compliment to where we are in America with soccer, because 15 years ago, there were athletes that were playing soccer and they couldn't figure their way out of a soccer situation to save their lives. But as we progressed, there's high-level athletes that are athletic, that can run as fast as anybody, but they're good soccer players. So that's the very first thing I look for, is can they actually play? Because we'll find the players that actually can play soccer and be an athlete. And then I look at what are the demands of each position. And that's really important. You get a lot of calls from forwards and attacking midfielders. Well, I need some defenders and some right and left backs. So, but no, I look at can they play soccer at a high level? Can they think quickly? Can they adapt to the speed of play? Can they improvise? Can they think on their feet? Can their technique match how quickly they want to play? And then the demands of the game as far as where we place them on the field.
Awesome. Well, sounds like you're going to build a really great team. And I know we've spoken a lot about the immediate fans within the community. What about the fans who are watching this live show right now and they're excited to be able to watch the streams? What do you think they should be excited about this season?
Well, I think there's another team in the league, right? So another fresh face, fresh uniforms, fresh players for them to root against or for. And, just build our brand and put Maine on the map.
One of the reasons why Megan and I started doing these shows was to talk a little bit about the community and what it means to us, being that we've both played the game at high levels. But I have to ask, what is community, Todd? What does it mean to you?
To be me?
What does it mean to you? What does the word community mean to you?
It means civic duty. It means giving back. It means creating a better place for your neighbors to live and helping each other.
Awesome. And then final question before we throw you in the hot seat.
Oh, boy.
This is a question that Jonathan started asking in Philadelphia to a lot of the different people that we met, whether it was coaches, players, athletic trainers, whatever their position was within the coaching world, within the soccer world. What is your why? Why do you wake up and do what you do?
I'm nuts. No. I'm a soccer junkie. That's why I do it. I can't get enough of it. And then, unfortunately, my mentors, they taught me to give back to the game. And I keep waking up saying, when am I done giving back to the game? Because it's given me so much. So I don't think I'll ever repay it. So that's the answer. I'm a soccer junkie and just trying to give back to the game that's given me so much.
That's awesome. I love it. All right. You ready to be fired into the hot seat?
Oh, boy. Give it to me.
Now, This season, our hot seat is brought to you by a fantastic game. Jonathan, tell us a little bit about this game that you so love.
It is America's favorite board game. No longer do you need Monopoly. No longer do you need Chutes and Ladders or Connect Four. You play Bingo. Bingo is a game where you get little pegs and a ball. It's like a marble, and you try to flick it to the goal. And it's difficult. My 8-year-old beat me just last night for the first time and ran around the house with his shirt. So a little disappointed, a little upset, but hey, I'll take an L when it's the 8-year-old and he was excited. But Bingo is it's going to be soccer's board game. That's what it is. It is soccer's board game, the official board game of UWS and UWS Weekly.
Is it a mannequin that you push the button and he kicks the foot?
No, it fits in this little box right here, and it's a rectangle. It's a pitch. It's basically a pitch, and they put little mannequins, 11 mannequins in, and you got to work around the mannequins. And if you can't beat the mannequins, you get red carded too. I got red carded twice.
Yeah, you essentially just flick the ball.
It's not. You roll it. You roll it.
Yeah.
It's all in the. It's. We're going to have to do another live segment, Harper, or Megan. We're going to have to do another one as Harper's knocking on my door yelling at me.
I grew up in Germany as a boy, and there was a board game called Tip Kick, but you'd kick a ball with a little mannequin. So
it's almost like foosball.
Yeah, it was like foosball kind of. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, this is, you use your finger this time. Just don't hit it too hard. It'll break a nail. Yeah. All right, Megan, you want to start us off on the Bingo hot seat?
Let's do it. Bingo hot seat. First question. What is your favorite boot, Todd?
A Copa Mundial.
A classic.
As a player, we can't say it as a coach because we hope you're the first to training, but as a player, were you first to training or were you last?
First to training, first to run in when coach called everybody.
And what was your least favorite fitness/running activity?
Warm-ups.
Gosh.
Favorite summer act? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, please. Go ahead.
Favorite summer activity off the pitch?
Fishing.
Nice. Most embarrassing soccer moment, if you care to share.
Playing with the Wolves, getting my teeth knocked out.
Like literally your teeth knocked out.
Yeah.
Spitting chiclets. That's a hockey term.
Spitting chiclets. As I'm picking them up, the ref runs over and gives me a yellow card after I got hit.
Let's check, make sure. Man, that's pretty bad. So you're picking up the chiclets and the referee's giving you a yellow while you're probably in pain from your chiclets being knocked out.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
That beats any story I've got. Can't beat that one. All right, last question, and you've beaten the hot seat. What is better, water without or with ice?
Without.
All right, fair enough. Well, Todd, you made it. We appreciate you taking the time on the hot seat. We appreciate you taking the time joining us this evening on UWS Weekly. We are really excited to have you guys and the club with us for the Summer of Soccer 2023 and hopefully beyond. If you guys will stay with us and keep us going.
Well, thank you for the attention. Thank you for the show. And we're in it for the long haul.
So, and we're excited to have you.
Great. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll chat soon. Todd Sniper, everyone, from Maine Footy of UWS League One, the newest member of the league. We're excited to have him. Megan, what do you think about Maine coming into play during the summer of soccer?
I love it. Force to be reckoned with. I mean, we've seen it before. New teams coming in, they're ready. They've taken the time to kind of see what the league is about, see what these teams are doing, and they're coming in and they're not just matching it, they're elevating it. And you can see that with the preparation that they've done, the connections that they've made within their community, the way that they're coming in, not just to play a season of football, they're coming in to make a stand within soccer, within their society, and take it much further than just 90 minutes on the pitch. So I'm super excited to have them. I'm excited to see what they bring. I'm excited to see what they have. It changes, right? Once the game time comes, it's a whole different world. But I think Todd having his experience, Justin having his experience on and off the pitch, I think they're going to be a side to be watched as we get ready for the summer
of Soccer 2023. Megan, what's our cup of tea up to these days?
Crushing it on TikTok right now. So head on over to TikTok if you want to see all our content. That's where we're pushing it out right now. We do have a few interviews that should be coming out soon too. We've got a few people who are like, we want to get on the show with you guys, and we are always ready to have guests. So yeah, lots of stuff we're brewing up.
Well, lots to be excited for as we get ready for the Summer of Soccer 2023 National Championship. Hopefully going to be released here in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's the hope. And then schedules coming to you guys hopefully by end of March is the goal, I think. But we'll see as we get ready for soccer in the UWS this summer. But yeah, everything. Thank you to all of our awesome partners and sponsors for the wonderful show and the opportunity to come to you regularly with clubs to talk a little bit about what they're doing. That's awesome in and out, on and off of the pitch. Megan, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this evening. I know you've got your other things you've got to get done. I know it's busy. It's a busy time. Busy world is what happens. So thank you to everybody who took the time this evening to join us. We'll talk to you all soon. Have a great evening.
Thanks, guys.